how to crochet the block stitch granny square. Take your first color of yarn, make a slip knot, place it on your hook, chain 5, join with the slip stitch to the first chain in the row. I chain 2 for my first double crochet. Work 2 more double crochets into the ring. Chain 2, work 3 double crochets into the ring. Chain 2, work 3 double crochets into the ring. Chain 2, work 3 double crochets into the ring. Chain 2, join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 2 at the beginning of this round. Your center should look just like this. Break your yarn, finish off. Using your second color of yarn, attach to any corner, pull the yarn through, work a slip stitch with the working yarn only, make a single crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 3, work a single crochet into the same chain 2 space, chain 3, into the next chain 2 space, work a single crochet, chain 3, work a single crochet into the same chain 2 space, chain 3, work a single crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 3, work a single crochet into that same chain 2 space, chain 3, work a single crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 3, work a single crochet into the same chain 2 space, chain 3, join with a slip stitch to the single crochet at the beginning of the round. Break your yarn and finish off. you should have a piece that looks like this so far. Going back to your first color, you can join in any of the chain 3 spaces that you made on this piece. I'm going to join into the corner. Lay your yarn over your hook, pull through, using both the tail and the working yarn, work a slip stitch, let the tail drop, there's the tail. Using the working yarn, chain 2, work 2 double crochet into the chain 2 space. That forms the first part of your corner. Chain 1, work 3 double crochet into the same chain 3 space. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, work 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, which is a corner, you will work 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, work 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, which is a corner, work 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, work 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, which is a corner, work 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Do not chain. Into the last chain 3 space, work 3 double crochets. If you like, you can cover the tail from the previous row with these stitches. Do not chain. We're back at the beginning of the round, so just join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 2. And your piece should look very much like this. Go ahead and break your yarn and finish off. Going back to your second color, you can join this yarn to any space in between 3 double crochets. I'm going to use this space right here. Lay the yarn over the hook, pull through, work a little slip stitch with the working yarn, work a single crochet into that same space, and let the tail hang to the back. Chain 3, move to the next space in between the 3 double crochets, work a single crochet, chain 3. The next space is the chain 1 space in the corner in between these 2 sets of 3 double crochets. So work a single crochet, you're going to make a corner here, chain 3, work another single crochet into that same space, chain 3. Jump over these 3 stitches, work a single crochet into the space between the double crochets, chain 3. Into the next space between the sets of double crochet, work a single crochet, chain 3. You've come to another corner, so in the space, the chain 1 space in between these 2 sets of 3 double crochets, you're going to work a single crochet, chain 3, and work another single crochet into that same space, chain 3, skip over the next 3 double crochets and into the space in between, work a single crochet, chain 3. Jump over the next set of double crochets and into the space, work a single crochet, chain 3, and you come to another corner. Into the space in between the 3 double crochets, you work a single crochet, chain 3, and another single crochet in the same space, chain 3, jump over the next set of 3 double crochets and into the space, work a single crochet, chain 3, jump over the next 3 double crochets into the space, single crochet, chain 3, and now you've come to another corner, the last corner, into the space in between the double crochets, work a single crochet, chain 3, and work another single crochet into the same space, chain 3, connect your yarn to the single crochet that is at the start of the round using a slip stitch. Break your yarn and finish off. Now your piece will look like this. Going back to your first color, which in this case is cream, join the yarn to any of the chain 3 spaces. I'm going to use this corner over here. I'm going to lay the yarn over my hook, pull through using both the tail and the working yarn. I'm going to work a little slip stitch, going to let the tail drop to the back. I'm going to chain 2, and I am going to work 2 double crochets into this chain 3 space. Chain 1, work 3 more double crochets into this chain 3 space. I'm also crocheting over the tail in the back. Do not chain. In the next chain 3 space, just as below, work 3 double crochets. Do not chain. In the next chain 3 space, as below, work 3 double crochets into the chain 3. Do not chain. Into the next chain 3 space, as shown below, work 3 double crochets. Do not chain. The next chain 3 space is a corner, so in this corner, around this chain 3, you're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets as seen in the row beneath. Do not chain. In each of the next chain 3 spaces, you're going to work 3 double crochets as seen in that row down there. Do not chain in between the chain 3 clusters. My mistake, did I say chain 3 clusters? I meant to say double crochet clusters. My apologies. You do not need to have a chain stitch in between these. After you have made all of these chain 3, these double crochet clusters, you come to a corner, so here you would work your 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. I have to admit, I have not had coffee today, so if I have said chain if I meant double crochet, please accept my apologies. In the next chain 3 spaces, you're going to work your 3 double crochets as shown in the row beneath. You do not need to chain in between these double crochet clusters. next chain 3 space you come to is a corner. So as seen down here, you're going to work 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and 3 double crochets. And sometimes my hook has a mind of its own. Just kidding. So there's your corner. And now we come to a straight edge of 3 chain stitches here, here, and here. And in each of these, as seen down here, you're going to work 3 double crochets. I'm going to cover the tail here with my 3 double crochets. You do not need to chain in between these clusters. Now we've come to the beginning of the round. So in the top of the chain 2, join with a slip stitch. And you can break your yarn and finish off. And your piece should look like this. Now admittedly, when you do this pattern, on the back, you're going to have a lot of tails to sew in. So just be prepared for that because you change color with every row. Well, put it this way. When you do 2 colors, yes, you're changing colors every row, but this can be done in 1 color, and it does make a granny square look different. This is a traditional granny square, and as you can see, first of all, this one is a little smaller, and the sets of double crochets line up directly above one another, like this. If we were to continue and make this square even bigger, you would see these lining straight up, one directly on top of the other, basically. Whereas with the traditional granny, it alternates. You've got stitches, space, stitches, space, stitches. So it's just a little bit different. And this is 5 rows, rather I should say 5 rounds of double crochet stitches for this one, as is this. But because your chain 3 stitches are very narrow, very short, that's why the piece is not as big as a traditional granny. Also, with the block stitch granny, let me bring my other sample in here. You could continue to make this into a giant afghan. There's a way to do it in a rectangle shape, and I can make a tutorial on that one since I am making a blanket with this pattern. You can finish either on this, where you have your double crochets. You can make that your very last round if you like that kind of thing, and if you want to maybe do a certain kind of join between here, or you can end on these, we'll say green because that's what I was using here. You can end on the chain 3 row, and you can use the chain 3s to do a braided join that looks very elegant. I do not have a sample here, but perhaps when I do my rectangle tutorial, I can show you what that looks like. But for now, you can see the differences between the block granny and the regular granny. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And that's how you work the block granny stitch.